But no, seriously, most people think we have a staff of like 20 people, and we have 3 people now. So there's not, when the phone rings, it's just like, you're going to do this one. So hopefully now we have a new great director of program and advocacy, Keith Tyrion, so I'm trying to get him to do more, because, you have to come up with these, pithy quotes, and it's just like, I don't know what else to say about it. So, but it's funny. So I'd like to thank OUTLaw for recognizing and honoring equality in Maryland with the Community Action Award. 17 years ago, I was in law school and in my LGBT student group, and never thought this was not the trajectory I planned for myself. So it's always wonderful to have an open mind and be flexible in what you do after you graduate, because oftentimes your best laid plans don't happen the way they're supposed to. So everything we have accomplished that Brad talked about in the past 25 years for LGBT Marylanders really has been the result of community action. And through the years, our community has grown to not only include LGBT people. Our beloved community now includes our families, our friends, our co-workers, our neighbors, students, faculty, and staff like you. Our community is the almost 1.4 million Marylanders who voted to uphold marriage equality in November 2012. Yay! Votes from this room, I'm sure. And to me, I was brought back. I haven't seen the 2 judges that were at City Hall for a while on the night of December 31st in 2011 going into 12, who were there to perform some of the first marriages in Maryland. And that was a special moment that many of us who had worked so hard got to share. So thank you for being part of the beloved community. And Professor Neal, who has been part of a quiet and unsung person, who in 2007, when we filed the lawsuit in Maryland courts to petition for the right to marry, we knew we had to work strongly with our African American communities in Maryland to make the case why, indeed, it was an issue of equality for LGBT Black folks as well. And we started the Maryland Black Family Alliance, which was an organization of predominantly Black straight folks and their allies who were going to make the case in the Black community for marriage equality. And Professor Neal was one of those first members of the MBFA, and still is very involved, because even though we've got marriage, there are still many other LGBT issues that are important to the members of our Black communities, and we'll continue doing that work. So thank you, Professor. Our community is the thousands of Marylanders, probably some of you, who signed those postcards and petitions in support of transgender equality. Dropped 12,000 of those off in the past 2 weeks in the General Assembly. Thanks to Jenna Pichetti, who is one of our deliverers up there. Jenna is the founder of Trans Maryland, and has been an incredible advocate for trans equality in the state. Has been willing to, ad nauseum, share her story of being a transgender Marylander and what it means to be discriminated against and why state law was important. So thank you, Jenna. Our community is 114 members of the General Assembly who voted just last month to pass the Fairness for All Marylanders Act, finally outlawing discrimination based on gender identity in every corner of our state. Thanks to everyone who is part of the beloved community. Without you, we would have no action to be awarded. Let's keep up the action to ensure all Marylanders live in a state free of discrimination and are embraced for who we are. Thank you.